Hello everybody, this is your host for Cooking with Tiffany and Tiffany's Community Spotlight at Home, Tiffany DuBois-Morales. Now, I am entertaining some guests tonight, and I do have an update on a cooking competition that I mentioned several episodes back, so if you haven't watched them, please do. But for today's video, we're doing a smorgasbord of stuff. All of these ingredients here basically covers what my version of Shakshouka is going to be. The only thing missing are, the eggs. But that'll come later because, being Serve Safe certified, you don't want to have ingredients out that won't be immediately cooked. We're also going to be doing spicy and crispy potatoes, spicy char grilled, or in this case cast iron grilled thick cut pork chops, as well as a spicy snap pea saute. So please do sit back, relax, and we will be back. All right, everybody, we are back. So the order of everything is going to be very centrally timed. The first thing that we need to do is our crispy potatoes, because it's going to take a while for them to get nice and cooked through. But as always, please do not forget to head over to Whole Foods Market in this case, because they have these beautiful fingerling potatoes available. So we are just going to keep this nice and simple. You want to fill your Dutch oven or whatever pot will work to keep all of your potatoes kind of spread out. Available. Add in your potatoes, fill it with water, and then one thing that I like to do is season our water with whatever spices I am in the mood to incorporate. So for today, we are going to use a few of the spices that I'm using the Shakshouka. In this case, it's going to be black peppercorn, a little Smorgasbord pepper, some Ethiopian bear, za'atar, and Mediterranean marjoram. Now, you do not necessarily need to do anything like this for your own crispy potatoes, but one thing that I generally enjoy doing, unique twists on, standard classics. So, following this portion of the cook, we are going to smash them a little bit and then roast it in the oven for, we'll say a solid 20 minutes. But that'll be a little bit later. All right, so we are back. So right now our potatoes are seasoned and just getting to the point where they're going to start boiling. In the meantime, we have these beautiful thick cut pork chops, which, as always, please head over to Reading Terminal Market and my buds at Gianta's Prime Shop for all of your meat needs. In here, we have a very spicy marinade mix comprising of gochujang sauce, soy sauce, and hoisin. I'm gonna leave some of this in here because I want to toss this in with the snap peas. And honestly, this isn't gonna take a whole lot of sauce to, go and marinate these beautiful thick cut pork chops in, as you can see. Now, I have gone ahead and seasoned our cast iron skillet. So once these have marinated for a little bit, we're gonna turn it on and cook these really low and slow. Also, as always, do not forget to render out the fat on these bad boys, and it is important that they be rested, before you actually finish slicing into them or serving them. So there's your little PSA for the moment. But we will be back with the preparation, or at least the prep for the Shakshouka. Okay, everybody, we are back. So I have gone ahead and prepped most of our ingredients for our Shakshouka. So tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, habanero hot peppers, because you guys know how much I love heat, and then thin slices of 10 pieces of garlic. Our potatoes are boiling, the oven is preheating, and our pork chops are now ready to be added to our cast iron skillet. Now, normally I would go ahead and start by rendering the fat, but I wanted to get some of the sauce onto the skillet. Before I start rendering it all out. Now, as you are all very much aware, thick cut pork chops are my preferred chop. If at some point you can afford to do thick cut pork chops, just remember that the amount of time that you spend rendering it is going to be significantly less. I'm going to go ahead and render these nice on medium heat right now, but when it comes time to actually cook the interior part of the pork chop, I'm going to set this to medium to low heat so that we have a maximum amount of time to cook the meat low and slow. So that'll be a lot of fun. The potatoes will be ready soon, and most importantly, we can get started on our Shakshouka sauce, which all of this covers. As always, please do not forget to head over to Iodine Brothers Produce at Reading Terminal Market for all of your vegetables, herbs, hot peppers, and any other accoutrements. So we got that covered. And when we come back, I will be telling you all a little bit more about this specific dish that I am preparing. All right, everybody, we are back. So potatoes have successfully been boiled, and all we are going to do is just press our meat mallet, which I love this thing, into the potatoes. into place. Season with our spices and garlic, and then roast at 450 degrees for, I'm actually gonna say, 12 minutes, because these are a lot softer than I thought they would come out as. So that takes care of at least one of our dishes in this case. Potatoes are sufficiently flattened. If you don't have a meat mallet at home to use, a potato masher is perfectly acceptable. It just needs to be something that can, compress and get organized and done, quickly. But once these are sufficiently cooked through, we will then garnish with some fresh parsley that I have already gone ahead and minced for all of this. But man, this is so hot right now. So we are going to open. We are going to place set our fresh timer for 10 minutes. We'll probably flip them using our spatula, and then they'll basically be ready to eat. Pork chops need a little bit more time, and I'm just gonna bring it up to medium heat. Our Dutch oven is a little warm, but we're gonna get started on the Shakshouka in just a moment. All right, everybody, we are back. So we've got 6 minutes before we check on the potatoes. The pork chops are still cooking in our cast iron skillet, and we are going to get started on our Shakshouka. So Shakshouka is a West African based breakfast dish that incorporates a ton of spices, lots of them not necessarily like heat inducing, which is why, for at least my version, we are going ahead and incorporating habanero hot peppers, which this is going to be a very, very different kind of dish that we are going to be doing. Now, in the next couple of weeks as well, in addition to our guest speaker or our guest on Cooking with Tiffany soon, we also have a little bit of a cooking competition that I had submitted to a while ago. Well, it is finally now time to get started on everybody's culinary journey. So I will be participating in Recipe Philly's live auditions in the next couple of weeks. This is an opportunity that I could not, in good conscience, pass up. So my dish that I'm submitting is Shakshouka. So this is going to be one of maybe a few iterations that I practice with ahead of time for the cooking competition. Now, before I forget, Irvine Brothers has amazing produce, but and Gianta's Prime Shop has amazing proteins, but without my favorite folks at the Head Nut of Reading Terminal Market, I could not inspire, and I would like to think, encourage you all to enjoy and get cooking with any of my various dishes and iterations. So please do not forget to head over. The complete list of spices for this dish will be available at the end of the video. But you can find pretty much every single one of these at the Head Nut at Reading Terminal Market here in Philadelphia, PA. So we're going to add in our bell peppers and our onions momentarily. Fill it with some water, and then we're going to cook this down until our guests arrive, and then we'll add in the eggs to this very, very, very delicious dish. So we'll be back in just a little bit. Hello everybody, so this is your host for Cooking with Tiffany, Tiffany DuBois-Morales. Now the shakshuka is going to be ready in just a moment, but in the meantime, check it out. We have our spicy snap pea saute, our crispy potatoes, and for our dear friends Zach and Angelique, thick cut pork chops that were marinated in gochujang, hoisin, and soy sauce. As always, please do not forget to head over to Reading Terminal Market and Whole Foods Market for your spices, proteins, produce, and additional accoutrements like, the gochujang, garlic, in this case, the potatoes for the crispy potatoes, and all of our various ingredients. Hope you all enjoyed today's video, and the finished look for the shakshuka will be in photos. So I'll see you all soon. Bye.